damn near killed myself trying to sit down. Goddamn. Alright. Horror remakes have been around for as long as I can remember. Even the Universal Monster movies can be considered remakes of the, silent era version of those films. Frankenstein, Dracula, whatnot. And the Hammer films can be considered remakes of the Universal films. But we're going with ones that I happen to have on physical copies, two which I don't, but one is on my Vudu and the other I feel like I need to talk about in this video. So we'll go with that. So we're starting off this journey. Let's talk about horror remakes. I also have a stack of non-horror remakes I'm going to do a separate video with, but this is horror remakes. And we'll start off 1986. David Cronenberg's The Fly. Now, I'm not going to be talking about John Carpenter's The Thing because I have not seen it. Okay, I deserve that. I deserve that one. Not sure I deserve that one. But, we'll talk about this one. I haven't seen all of the original Fly. I've seen bits and pieces, clips, and it was a very hokey movie that had the actual fly head on a human body. Here, it's very grotesque, body horror type film that I think works for the Cronenberg style. And you have, Gina Davis, Jeff Goldblum with great performances. I think it's one of the better remakes out there. Now, I'm going to be comparing these to the original if I've seen the original. If I haven't, I'm going to comment on what I have seen and what I haven't seen, so for now, I think this version is superior to the other from what I've seen. Another remake, there's a couple of these I keep forgetting are remakes, but we're going to talk about this. That's Cape Fear. I watched this for the first time last year, and this is a phenomenal film. Haven't seen the original, but performance by Robert De Niro and Nick Nolte are great. It came out in 1991. It was a remake of a 1950s film starring Robert Mitchum and Gregory Peck, and they're actually in this film in different roles, but yeah, great film. Here's one. Now, I'm going to show you this. We go to 1998, a remake of a classic film by Alfred Hitchcock. I do not have the physical copy of the remake for reasons, but I do have the original, and I'm going to use this as a visual tool. 1998's shot-for-shot remake of Psycho. The Gus Van Sant remake, I do not have it. It's the original. You can see on the back there. This is the visual tool I'm using just to hold it. But haven't seen this original film and haven't been able to catch the 1998 Psycho on cable when I was dog watching for my folks. Pet watching, whatever. Shot for shot, with the only real difference being you can sort of see tits in the stabbing scene, and they added a masturbation part to when Norman Bates is looking in on it. That's it. Otherwise, it's mostly shot for shot. With you think it'd be a different feel, but they even tried to make it feel like it was still the 60s. You know what I mean? It was just no, don't do that. No. So, and yes, I'm also including remakes of foreign films because in 2002 we got The Ring, which is a remake of the Japanese horror film Ringu, and this was the first film that really we rented this from Cashwise to watch, and I was kind of afraid to go to bed that night. To be honest, it's a freaky movie. And I used to tease my sister or my brother, had a blank VHS take me hey, you want to watch the Ring movie? You want to watch it? Huh? And they're like, no! But yeah, creepy atmosphere. Gore Verbinski's a great director. That's like his Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But yeah, just superior remake, I think. I mean, people talk about the original Japanese versions, but who knows? hey, what do you know? One I can actually compare to the original. Because I've actually seen the original, and that's the 2003 remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Having just watched and reviewed the original, I prefer this version of the original. The original had a purpose. It was to be unsettling. This film kind of does that, but it has the more grungy type look and better villains, I think. R. Lee Ermey, for one, is a better villain than Drayton Sawyer. Sorry, but he is. And I think the effectiveness of this hitchhiker shooting her fucking head instead of, cutting his fucking hand up like the other one works better. It's a little more disturbing than just some idiot cutting his fucking hand up in the back of the van. Here, she shoots her fucking... First of all, she pulls the gun out of her cooch and shoots herself through the throat. Through the mouth, whatever. Putting a hole through the back of her head. And it's more disturbing than the original if you think about it. Just the way Sheriff Hoyt treats Morgan, I think his name is. It's just, yeah. And that was 2003, right? So in 2004, we got a television remake of a movie I really love. This is a TV miniseries, but Salem's Lot, and this one with Rob Lowe. I have not watched this yet, which is kind of why I pushed it back. But, like I said, I'd have to split this between 2 different days, because I couldn't do the 3 hours apiece. Sit there for 6 hours. 3 hours watching one, and another watching a remake. It's like, So I had to spread it out. So eventually, down the road. But I've seen the original. It's a wonderful film. And I don't know. So, foreign remake. Okay, 2004, we got a remake of Ju-on, The Grudge, with The Grudge. Directed by Takashi Shizumu. And starring Sarah Michelle Gellar, my bad. This is one, The Rain freaked me out. But I remember when I first got this movie, and I put it in, I was just like when I was watching... Okay, so keep in mind the context of this. When I first watched this, I lived with my mom. We lived in a big-ass old house. Creaky floors, because it's an old house. Shaky. Not all the doors were sturdy because it was old, so it was shaky doors. And I was alone in the living room by myself watching this. There was no one else in the house. There were my brother and sister. I think my sister was babysitting. My brother was outside playing. And I was alone watching this. In a house. And you're sitting there. You're alone. Old creaky house. And you're on the TV and you hear... Yeah, it gets you. It gets you. I remember going... But it's, it's effective. Okay. 2005, we got a remake of the 80s film The Fog. And I've never seen the original, so I can't really say anything. You're going to hear me say that a lot, actually, in these. But, I just did a review of this. I think it's okay. I know it's not the best. I like Tom Welling and Maggie Grace. Sorry. Maggie Grace, they're good actors. Just the story doesn't really go anywhere, but yeah, there's some of the better remakes and some that's not. We have in 2006 we have The Omen, which I think is actually a pretty good movie. I've never seen any of the originals, but I really enjoyed this film, and I think it's effective to creep people out. The whole when that woman does, jumps up, it's for you, Damien, and she jumps off the building. It's like, oh fuck, okay, oh okay. There's something with this kid. This kid does something. It's... Yeah. Okay, we get 2007 and you know what's coming next. Rob Zombie's Halloween. Next, in 2008... Okay, I'll talk about it. Rob Zombie's Halloween can't hold a candle to the original Halloween. It can't hold a candle to Halloween 6, for God's sake. It can't hold a candle to most of the entrances in this franchise, including Halloween 5, if you believe it, and Halloween Resurrection. Halloween Resurrection is better than Rob Zombie's Halloween because at least Halloween Resurrection didn't make everyone goddamn rednecks. All right, I'm sorry. I know Rob Zombie has a way he does his film, a certain way he does his characters, but it doesn't fit in with the Halloween franchise. And I'm shocked they let him do a sequel because that's even worse. But and it's probably the only Halloween movie it's not better than. But yeah, that it is better than, I should say. But yeah, no, I'm done talking about it. 2008, we got Prom Night, and I haven't seen the original, and haven't watched this one first and the original. I gotta say, for me, the original was kind of cheesy, and this one is a little more serious, and I actually kind of prefer this one over the original, to be honest. Okay, so and now we go into 2009. We got quite a few years. We'll start with a remake, which I haven't seen the original. My Bloody Valentine, a 3D, which is pretty good. I know everything about the original, and I know they changed the twist in this one. They kind of switched it around, which is kind of cool. I just remember being disappointed that my favorite character, my favorite actor in the movie, ended up being the villain. I'm like, no! At least I got, Friday the 13th to look forward to, and I know that's not going to twist it around. But yeah, decent remake. Now I'm going to stop here. Not stop, I don't have any physical media for this one. And that's The Last House on the Left remake from 2009. It's on my Vudu, so I didn't really own it. And it's a pretty decent film. Haven't seen the original. I know the original had controversy all over it because of its disturbing images and stuff. But this one, it's a pretty good remake. I enjoy it. Maybe one day I'll do a review on it. Now, also in 2009, Friday the 13th. Now, I don't get why people hate on this movie. They're like, oh, the beginning was cool, and after that, it personifies the first 4 movies, to be honest. You see Pam's head get cut off at the beginning. You get, people hunting in the woods from like the first, going through the woods, and that's 2 and 3. Backhead Jason getting the mask, that's 3. And then 4, you got this guy looking for his sister, all combined. And I think this is one of the better remakes out there. And I like it. I really like it. I think it's one of the better Friday the 13th movies. Certainly better than 7, 8, and Jason X. Maybe even Jason Goes to Hell. Most likely. Okay, also in 2009. Oh, okay. We have The Uninvited, which is a remake of a Korean horror film called The Tale of Two Sisters. And when I first saw this, the twist really kind of got me. And I've watched this like 3 times now. And they say, once the twist happens, you go through the movie, and you could see, this happened there, this happened there, this happened there. You can tell when, what's really going on. But, the Guard brothers who directed this, they did it in such a way where, even on a rewatch, it's hard to figure out what really is exactly going on. It's really, they filmed it in a way where it's designed to fool you, so it's kind of hard to figure out. 2010, which I don't have marked down because I forgot that this was a remake. Sorority Row, which is a remake of The House on Sorority Row. It's okay. It's fine. It's decent, but the main character, or the main villain, I should say, who I won't reveal here, his motives are so stupid that it's just, once you get to that reveal, it's just like, really, it's you? And you're doing it for that reason? Okay. 2010 remake of Night of the Demons. Have not seen the original, but I think this is decent. I've only really seen the TV version, though. I have to pop this in one day, and I have to watch, this version fully, in its R-rated glory, because I haven't seen the actual R-rated version of this, but I enjoyed for what I saw on TV, Okay, also in 2010 we have Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Okay, now, I give credit to this because this is the only Nightmare on Elm Street film that made me jump in my seat. Well, I was in a theater, and it was real, like, I don't remember what it was. It just made me jump. Yeah, a lot of this stuff, a lot of the story elements are kind of meh, but as a replacement for Robert Englund, I think that Jackie Earle Haley did a good job. I think Kate Cassidy is great in this. It's when you get to Rooney Mara that's just kind of like, hello? I get that she's supposed to be like playing Nancy as if she never gets any sleep. But Rooney Mara through the whole film is just like, there's a guy, his name is Freddie, he's in our dreams. I think he was the gardener in our old kindergarten school. I think he molested us. He had these claws. He took us to a special cave. It's just like, okay, yeah, and Rooney Mara has gone on to, bash the whole horror genre. So, fuck you, bitch. But just, she wasn't given anything. And people defend it saying, oh, well, she's supposed to be tired. No, that's not tired. That's, I don't give a fuck, and I'm just going to deliver my lines in the worst way possible. She didn't care, and she didn't care whether or not this movie succeeded, so she gave the worst possible performance she could. The only thing that she really emoted was at the end, when the CGI-ass mom gets dragged through, and she goes, ah! That's about it. Okay, we're in 2013 now, and this is Evil Dead, which I like the original Evil Dead. Now, you can sit there and go, what about Evil Dead 2? The first half of that movie is a remake. Yes, but it's not a full remake, so I'm not counting it. This one, which you can also say is also a sequel, was touted as a remake when it came out, so I'm counting it. And yeah, it's a decent remake. I think it's better than the original. I mean, it's great. 2013 still, Carrie. Now, having just reviewed all the Carrie movies, I do think this is a better film than the original. I do like Ray Carrie 2 better. I think Brian De Palma had a certain way of filming. When he did the original Carrie, he had a certain way of doing it. And that worked. But it was really polarizing. This film is a little more grounded, and I kind of prefer it. And Julianne Moore is a great performance. It worked. And it doesn't. It helps that you get an actual teenage girl to do this when Sissy Spacek was actually in her 20s. Here, Chloe Grace Moretz was actually 16 when she did it. So, okay, 2015, we got Poltergeist, which is mostly shot for shot. Now that I haven't rewatched it yet, but I still gotta watch the freaking sequels to the original, which I will do. It's okay. It's PG-13. It's not scary in the slightest. I remember watching this and being like, it's supposed to be scary? What's going on here? It's basically the same plot as the original, and watching the original to do the review on it, I was just like, you just add chicken nugget pizza and you got the remake. Basically what it is. Speaking of shot remakes, Cabin Fever apparently needed a remake in 2016. Yeah. Why? Because the original isn't exactly a masterpiece. I mean, it's a good film, don't get me wrong, but to remake it with Eli Roth, who directed the first one, being the writer and a producer on this film, it's the same film. Same film. Different actors, different year, same film, little more gore effects, and a little more TNA, but other than that, it's the same film, shot for shot, basically. Much like Psycho. I don't understand why they do that. Yes, that's the definition of a remake, but you add your own flair to it. In 2017, we got Flatliners, which I've never seen the original, but this was okay. It was alright. I bought this from Shopko, but when we still had Shopko, and it was alright. Nothing to write home about. Now, I didn't want to include this next. I'm going to put both of these together because they're basically one full thing. Because one's the remake, the other one's a sequel to the remake, but they connect together. So I'm just going to... I don't want to count this next one as a remake because it's more of a readaptation. Because it's nothing like the 1990 original. But I'm going to put it in here just because people will complain. It. Chapter 1 and 2. It's one complete story told in two different movies. That's why it's right here. That's why I'm not having this one for 2017, this one in 2019. It's just one complete story. And it is superior than the 1990 version, I'll tell you that much. Well, when I got the second one, I watched them as a complete story, right? And it works for me. It's fine. It's fine. Also in 2019, we got Pet Sematary, which I haven't reviewed yet, so I'm not going to do any spoilers. But I think it's a decent remake. The ending is what throws it off. I'll just say that much. But it's okay. John Lithgow has a great performance. But it's not the original, I'll tell you that. The original is better. And you are my body until the end. More than a body, you're my best friend. I love you more than you will ever know. I will never let you go. Okay. Alright. Child's Play 2019. I don't get the hate for this movie at all. I think most of the hate for this movie comes from the fact it's not the original Chucky. It's not exactly like the original, so it sucks. That's what most of the hate comes from. I see it in this Child's Play group I'm in on Facebook, another horror group I'm in on Facebook. They bash it because it's not the original. Well, you know what? Grow the fuck up. Alright? Open your mind to the possibilities. Because I was in your shoes. Alright? Going into this, I was in your shoes. I had no faith in this film. I said, I've seen so many images. I've seen how the doll looks like dog shit, which it does. And I said, no, this movie's going to suck. I said, there's no way. And I was blown away by just how great it was. The fact it's like my third favorite in the franchise now. Is it better than the original? Fuck no. But it's still a great remake. They had the imagination to people are not just saying, oh, they should have got rid of Chucky and not call it Child's Play. Well, then what's the point? Okay, call it Child's Play, but get rid of Chucky. You know, there's those people who are, there are those people out there that suck down Mancini's dick because he came up with Chucky, he brought Chucky to us, fine, but that doesn't mean it has to end with him, right? He's fucked up Chucky twice now. Seed of Chucky, he fucked it up. Cult of Chucky, he's fucked it up. The only thing I can ask is he somehow retcons that stupid ass spell from Cult of Chucky and does something. I don't think he can unless he erases the movie completely. But and yeah, Don Mancini for the most part has delivered us out of the 7 movies that he did. 5 of them were alright. Yes, I'm counting 3. 3 is a good Child's Play movie. You're not getting me changed on that. Nothing like strangulation to get the circulation going. Presto, you're dead. I like Child's Play 3. I think the biggest mistakes were Seed of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. And, Don Mancini, what happened was, Don Mancini, he did Curse of Chucky, it did great. He got cocky, he said, you know what? They're going to eat up whatever I do. Some people liked it. Some people didn't, because Cult of Chucky went off the rails again. Not as off the rails as Seed, mind you. I do think it's worse than Seed, because I can enjoy Seed for what it was. Cult, I think I've only watched Cult twice. To be honest. Once when I first got it, and once when I went to do the review. That's about it. But back to the remake is what we're supposed to be talking about. I think this is one of the better remakes out there, and I hate all the hate that is getting for it. It's absolutely stupid. It's a great film. So those are my takes on the horror remakes that I own. Talking about the horror remakes. Once this video is uploaded, I might take a break, eat lunch or something, return to what time it is, take a little break to relax, and do one on regular remakes, non-horror remakes is what I'll call it. And yeah, we'll get there when we get there. So until then, let me know your opinions on all these, remake horror movies. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.